You won the last book verse.
I went Boogiverse with a broken freaking roster.
Welcome to Book It a Wrestling podcast for the fans by the fans, where we book and rebook your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Little X Fudge, and today we are here with your GMs, Damone D Money,
Mellow Yellow,
and the 15th return of Hi-Fi Mike.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. Well, speaking of things that are red, white, and blue and displayed everywhere, we're going to be talking about not just America, but the Olympics as a whole. You see, this year's Olympics was a great time for pro
Yeah,
wrestling.
we won. USA won the Olympics, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
well, we tied for gold medals with
But we got overall medal
China,
count,
and then
too.
we won the medal.
USA.
It was actually a pretty bad week for pro wrestling. Bad couple weeks because the only thing a wrestler did was be fucking Logan Paul. So we're gonna change that. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna make the Olympics good for pro wrestling. We're gonna make it to where pro wrestling is an Olympic sport. You know what?
Yeah, if breakdancing can be an Olympic sport, why can't pro wrestling?
It's not anymore. They took it off.
It had one shot.
Yeah, one opportunity.
I'm excited for flag football. That's the one I'm excited for. As long as we don't use the U.S. Men's team that we have.
Oh, that team was awful.
That team was awful.
That team is white defensive backs.
They lost against
you don't want
Japan.
that.
They
You gotta
lost
send
against
Pat Mahomes out there
Japan.
to go fix this.
Well, yeah, you don't want, no offense, but you don't want your team to have any white defensive backs. It's just like this is the first season in like 50 years that there's been a defense, not quite 50, but like in 20 years there's been like more than one white defensive back.
We can't have that.
You can't have it.
The Olympics gave us great pro wrestlers like Kurt Angle and Chad Gable, and we don't talk about Gable Stevenson. I would say we don't talk about that motherfucker. He's just as embarrassing as Logan Paul is. But
he's a Buffalo Bill, Mike.
He's a Buffalo Bill. I don't know if he's on the roster or if he's
on the practice
squad.
He's trying to make a
to make the
roster.
He knows nothing about football apparently.
Oh, well, yeah. He totally deserved to be there then.
But apparently he works really hard, is what I've heard from people.
Realistically, he should have just went to MMA.
But
yeah, literally, he did everything but the one thing he might be good at.
Right.
Bills have a lot to worry about this season. So,
but fuck him. We're talking about the Pro Wrestling Olympics. So, D Money, why don't you talk to our adoring national fans about how this is going to work?
Okay. So we're going to have 8 countries that are going to be represented by 4 wrestlers each. So we're going to do a men's bracket and then a women's bracket. So one of the issues that people say with pro wrestling being a Olympic sport is it's not a real sport.
Just at me. Just say my name. Like
Mike. The issue that people have is that it's not a real sport. So you don't judge it like a sport. You don't judge it like by who wins and who loses the match moves on. No, none of that. You just do it by match quality. You rate the matches a la Bucketverse, a la Dave Meltzer, whatever. You give it a match rating. You have some judges, former wrestler. You can have some former wrestlers, maybe a couple fans or whatever. You have them judge the match quality. They score it, take the final score. Between countries, so if it's like U.S. versus Canada, whichever country had the better match qualities, they move on to the next round until you get a winner, a gold medalist, a silver medalist, a bronze medalist, based off of match quality. So we're gonna build rosters. 8 countries each country is gonna have 4 people on it, for the men's, and then a separate one for the women's, in 8 countries. So it's gonna be the countries are gonna be the U.S., Canada. Oh, I just had the list. The U.S., Canada, Mexico, Japan, American Samoa,
Australia.
Mexico, Puerto Rico.
Australia. I think was one of them. Or no, not Australia.
Yeah, you
Australia
said
doesn't have
Australia.
enough people.
You definitely said Australia when you told us.
Australia. I feel like it didn't say Australia.
You did. You 1000% did.
I probably did.
I'm telling you, you did.
Puerto Rico, I'll definitely say.
You
Rico.
said Puerto Rico, Mexico.
So here, yeah.
Oh, you don't get that list.
It's the U.S., Canada, Mexico, Japan, the U.K., Puerto Rico, Australia, and then American Samoa.
The
So they just have to be of that descent. They don't have to
So-
have like been born there.
Is the UK the only European country you said?
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we just take that and add Europe as a whole? It's smaller than the America anyways. So
There's no Olympics for continents, you
that
swine.
leaves open. That gives us more options for Gunther.
I was
That's-
just not going to include like Gunther and so because he doesn't have. There's not enough Austrian or
Yeah, they'll
German
be fine.
wrestlers.
Well, that's why I'm saying we do Europe as a whole, which also adds up it heats up the competition that way too.
Nah, keep it with 4 Brits, I say. Gunther could sit one tournament out. He could cash in
I
on the
don't know
winner.
It's
what
up to
other
Devon.
European I'd be hurting.
What?
I don't know what other European. Well, I guess Ludwig.
sure
Imperial.
there's some in
Just
there.
the
Yeah,
ones-
you just want to add Gunther, which
I mean, yeah.
like fuck him.
I'm
I
just
like
trying
him.
to find
but
a way
for this
to
situation, fuck him. Like
the whole
He'll
world. man.
survive this one.
he's the Nikola Jokic. He's just a good player playing for a team that don't deserve to be there and carrying them.
Yeah, he's got to carry Austria / Germany. Sorry, you don't get it. You don't make it. They lost. It's
They
like
lost
Luka
the war.
Doncic. They lost.
They
well,
lost
that.
the war.
They lost the qualifier. They lost in the qualifier. round.
World
Oh yeah,
War
I
II
forgot
is a
that Luka
qualifier.
didn't play in the actual Olympics. That's crazy.
Who?
I forgot that Luka Doncic didn't play in like the actual Olympics. That's wild.
Oh yeah, because they lost. Slovenia lost to Greece because they
Damn.
lost to the Greek Freak. Yeah,
Damn, legacy defining.
I
Luka's a
don't
fraud.
think so. He's the only person on that team.
right,
He's
so-
literally just him.
The
But-
NASA's better.
Yuck.
We're gonna need some.
John, bring up
Yeah.
a Word document.
Oh shit, we typing.
We typing. We be typing.
Excel. Do Excel.
Excel. Oh,
Yeah, we gotta
fuck
do.
me.
We're gonna have to do.
The cell of. While we bring up the Excel, we're gonna give you an ad from one of our lovely sponsors.
Your body and the bodies you're loving deserve nothing but the best. Organic Lovin' is the only adult subscription box that includes eco-friendly body products from body-safe adult toys to sex-positive books and erotic seminars. Organic Lovin's online store has everything you and your partner or partners could ever need to heat things up. And right now, your friends at T13 Media want to take 10% off of your next order. Just go to organiclovin.com and use promo code T1, T-H-R-E-E, like the sound the bed makes, when you check out. Organic Lovin'. Love organically, purely, deeply, boldly.
This is a good
All
one.
right.
Sean Paul with some heat suggestions so far.
Well,
And yes, Sean Paul, it is only current wrestlers. Maybe in the future we'll do like an all-time Olympic team, but for now we're just gonna do current wrestlers. So like no Kurt Angle getting in, no HBK getting in. Like they have to be current and
I thought we
active
should do a
wrestlers.
book it style and do all time.
You
Well,
thought?
That's just how we do it here.
Maybe in the future we'll do
Also, because
we'll do
I haven't watched wrestling in 3 years, and actually it might be longer than 3 years. What
Sounds
year
like a
is
you
this?
problem, Buster.
What
why
year
are
is
you
we
using
in?
her Buster so much lately?
So it's USA. I got the Brits, Australia, Japan, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and I am forgetting the other 2 countries.
American Samoa.
Mexico?
I got Mexico.
You said
Puerto Rico?
Japan, right?
Yep.
Australia,
Yep.
American Samoa. So U.S., Canada,
Oh, I forgot
Mexico,
Canada too.
Canada. Is that the other one you forgot?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. We almost there. Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom. Realest guys in the room.
And then Sheamus.
Recommendation number 1 for Team USA. Enzo Amore.
No. No.
Just
All
kidding.
right.
That was a
Here we
joke.
have our
What if we said
wrestling
yes and you got
Olympics
stuck with
spreadsheet.
it?
I would just ran with it. Run with the meme.
I mean, we do.
Okay. So remember, it's by match quality. So we gotta give these teams good wrestlers, but I also feel like you don't want all the same style. So for the USA, I think we definitely put MJF in there because he can have a match, a fire match with any style we've seen. He can do the high flying stuff, but he also can do like more traditional wrestling style too. So if you have like a Jim Cornette on the panel, he's not gonna hate it the whole time or hate everything.
I support the MJF movement. And if Jim Cornette's on a fucking panel to decide Olympics, just nuke the whole thing. Like,
I don't hate Jim Cornette as much as you do.
oh, I fucking hate him. He's so goddamn dumb.
Can you zoom in, John? Like, can we get used to this screen better?
What the
This
Sigma?
is weird.
How about that?
Good enough. We only need four slots.
So we got MJF. Do we want to keep drafting for America or get our first pick for the Brits?
I think we go team, or do you want to go
Team-
country by
team-
country,
Right.
or do you want to go
country by
like
country.
okay? So we'll do USA. So who else for Team USA?
I think we get the actual Olympian, Chad Gable.
I'm good with that.
Get some credibility with the commission there. Plus, he's also pretty good at everything.
All right, so we're gonna need somebody that's more of a high flyer. I feel like.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think we should do a high flyer and somebody hardcore,
Okay.
and that should
Why don't we
be-
kill two birds with one stone and do like Darby Allin?
I don't think so.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
He do be flying and he do be hardcore. Or we can
yeah,
get some
but-
real glass in this Olympics and get Jack Perry. Huh? Real glass?
No, that's I'm a no.
Cry me a river?
I think I don't know about who's a high flyer right now.
That's an American.
That's
yeah,
an
remember they got to
American.
be an American.
They've got to be an American.
Ricochet.
Yes, I'd say okay with Ricochet. I mean, he's impressive as shit, and
Remember, he like in this format, it hides his biggest weakness, which is having.
we're going for a spectacle. That's because you got to be able to do this shit in ring. There's no build. There's no story.
Right. So it
So
doesn't
we
need
can
to
go
have to
plain
talk.
Jane people with no personality. So Ricochet works.
I might run it, and Sean Paul's saying we should have Ricochet on the team as well. I support it. Even though like his match quality has been diluted for years, that I think that's more of a Fed issue than a him issue. And I think now that he's free, we're gonna see him do some crazy stuff again.
I think he's still been having really good matches. It's just they're usually short.
Yeah,
And
The stakes
again,
have been really low.
and this like I said, this format hides his biggest like Achilles. which
Yeah,
is
he don't gotta
talking,
touch a
so
microphone.
he doesn't need to talk at all.
So
Unless
then
we make that an extra category. Just kidding.
I think we
I
should
don't
get
know
a
how that
guy
would work.
for USA who's a little bigger as our fourth guy rather than like a weapons guy.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah, or even like I do like the suggestion in the comments for Braun Breaker. I feel like he's pretty well rounded.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Braun Breaker because
It's
he
either
can.
that or Braun Strowman. I'm thinking
I'd rather
big.
do Braun
I'm just thinking
Breaker.
big.
Braun Breaker's gonna give you the better match between those two.
Yeah, he's gonna definitely give you a better match, especially working with the people he's working with. So I'm okay with Braun
That's fine.
Breaker.
Plus, Braun Strowman's got injury problems, so like he may not even make it to the fucking Olympics.
All right. Well, should we do
All
the
right.
women? Should we draft the women right now and then just do the bracket later?
We can do that. So for American-born females, I'm gonna say Bianca.
Bianca Belair. That's a
Yeah.
pretty easy yes.
Still putting on banger matches.
And weirdly
Charlotte
enough,
Flair.
well, one, Ireland's not included, and two, I wouldn't include Becky Lynch anyway, just because
Ireland
like
would be
she's
well,
promo oriented.
He said
who else?
UK, so that would be under Brits.
Yeah, Ireland would technically be under
He
UK.
said UK, not just Britain.
They would all Irish people would hate us for saying that, by the way. But
I
Well,
don't know
I'm
what
sorry
else you
that
want me to tell
you
you.
live under the Queen.
They
I don't know what to
anymore,
tell you.
but
Win a war,
I don't know how all that works. Sorry.
USA, USA.
I do like the
Um,
Britt Baker suggestion.
Yes, Britt Baker for sure.
I'm okay with her breaker because she can fill in like the hardcore stuff too.
I
If we have like a hardcore match.
I do think Charlotte Flair.
Is
I
Charlotte
don't know
Flair
about
still
Charlotte
in
now.
prime?
Like
Yeah.
Charlotte now
I think if
isn't
she's
great.
in the Olympics, she'd still be able to pull some shit off.
But is there better? Like, would we maybe send Tiffany Stratton, who also has like some like credibility with real sports?
I'd rather have Tiffany in that spot.
I can't find a list, so I don't know what to do here.
We got
Just
you.
Wikipedia.
I can't find current ones. Like I don't know how to filter out current active.
Tiffany Stratton, yeah. I think Tiffy time in the Olympics.
The
Alexa
athleticism's just going to be really helpful. And then as a fourth,
I think
so-
Jordan Grace as a like that monster.
Oh.
He
you got-
fills that role
you
of
got-
like
you got me there.
just like,
See-
yeah, the muscle. Yeah.
right.
Just
Even
pure-
though Bianca's the muscle too, but them having a match is realistically her Tiffany Stratton is too. It's a bunch of muscle. Should we swap out Brett for someone who's more of a high flyer? Because I do feel like this.
Bianca and
Tiffany-
Tiffany could do it well.
I
enough,
guess true.
feel.
Yeah, true. I don't even know who I would say. No, she's Puerto Rican. I was gonna say can't think of her name. Married
Zelina
to
Vega?
Zelina Vega, but she's Puerto Rico.
Yeah, she could be on
So-
the Puerto Rican team.
Right, yeah. Yeah. So to the Brits.
We already know who the number one pick is, right?
Drew McIntyre.
Will Ospreay.
It's Will Ospreay. Drew McIntyre's up there though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably second.
Does anybody disagree with Drew McIntyre? I think that's a
No.
great pick.
That's a good pick.
Currently, I think it's
And then I'd go Joe Hendry for the third pick.
Oh, I forget he is from the UK.
is he?
Yeah, he's Scottish.
He's got
Yeah,
it.
all right, okay, but hear me out. He's great and all, but is he Olympic worthy?
Is there someone better in the UK we're missing? I mean,
I
in
mean,
ring.
yeah, we are. I'm sure we are.
Okay, but imagine you're waving your hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Pete
I
Dunne,
do
maybe.
believe-
I don't like the Tyler Bate pick, and I'll explain why. And this isn't me hating on Tyler Bate. I respect Tyler Bate. But, like, that man peaked so young and bro is still so young and feels so old. Like,
That is crazy that he is like huge. That he really did peak at like 20 and hasn't really done anything since.
he should have left the Fed a cool minute ago if he had the opportunity. I do like this pick in the comments though, Zach Sabre Jr. And I do
Yeah,
think
Zach,
they're picked in
Zach
Germany.
Sabre Jr. is a really good pick.
Like, he gives you something for that British team that isn't available elsewhere. So I do support that pick. And who would be a good fourth UK wrestler? I still got eyes on Joe Hendry.
You've got
Pete Dunne's a
Fabs.
good pick too.
Yeah, I think Pete Dunne's the pick. I think Pete Dunne's the third pick or fourth pick for the men.
I respect that. So now we are to British women.
Okay. Zaya Brookside.
Ooh. I'm a fan. Is that anybody opposed to that?
No.
Jamie Hayter, instant pick.
Jamie
in the
Hayter,
comments.
yeah.
Yeah, Sean
Jamie
in the
Hayter,
comments is fucking carrying us right now.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter is a great pick.
We owe him
She
money.
needs to come back though. Like, what is going
Yeah,
on?
where is she?
Like, I thought it was like a minor injury, and then it like not minor, like, but like enough to like she was going to be out for a little bit, but not a
Yeah.
year.
She tore her ACL, MCL, apparently every combination of letters imaginable to be gone this long. It's unbelievable. Like, I'm scared people won't even remember her when she comes back.
Yeah. I was thinking Alba Fire.
Not a bad pick. I'm not as knowledgeable about like UK women's talent. I'm gonna be real.
She's the longest reigning UK women's champion in WWE history.
Yep, that's a good enough pick. That's a good enough reason for me.
Piper, maybe.
Makes sense.
She's Scottish.
I don't hate that either. I don't know. With Ireland, I felt like weird going with like with Irish talent. I don't know why the Irish British relationship. It's just I felt
It's
icky
always
sometimes.
hit or miss.
Yeah.
They be beefing.
Yeah. I think Piper Niven's a good pick, and I think that those are all better wrestlers in ring than Becky Lynch. Hot take.
I like Becky, but yeah, Becky's strong suit isn't in ring. Like her moveset is very basic. And she can have a great match. Like she had great matches like with B. It depends on she can't carry someone to a great match.
And with no storyline really, it's gonna be some of the weaker matches, I feel, and hurt the team. Australian men, Grayson Waller is who I think of first.
Yeah, Grayson Waller. And I'm going to say this is Australia / New Zealand. You're pretty much one country. I'm counting you as one. You're close enough.
There we go.
Buddy Murphy.
I was thinking that too. Well, Matthews, we're not using his Fed name. He re-signed with AEW.
Not using his slave name.
Yeah. Kyle Fletcher's a good pick as well. I was thinking about him. I almost thought he was British earlier and said it out loud, so I'm glad I didn't. And he kind of cooked a couple weeks ago, so
I'm not mad at that.
I think he's on the up. So we need one more.
It's Samoa or Bronson Reed. I know you're not a huge
better
Bronson
than Bronson
Reed
Reed?
fan, But he's been. I will say he has been cooking lately. Still, fuck Travis for saying he's better than Seth fucking Rollins, but he's been. I will say I do like Bronson Reed. He's a good big man.
Fair enough. I hate the name Bronson Reed. I wish he was still Jonah.
Is that
Like-
the reason you don't like him? Is his name?
No,
is-
I didn't like him in general for a lot of reasons. I just thought he was very bland.
Bronson Reed is a
But the
better
name
name
Bronson
than
Reed is a
Jonah.
terrible name. Just
No, Jonah's
Bronson
an
as a
awful
first
name.
name. That is diabolical work.
Jonah's
like,
a bad name.
Whoever came up with that should lose their job. I just
No,
think
it's-
of fucking Shaq calling JaVale McGee Tragic Bronson, and that's what I've called him since. So sorry. Tragic Bronson makes the team, but I'm not into it. The first two Australian picks are pretty obvious for the women.
I don't know. I think I like the name Bronson Reed better than
I
Jonah.
like Bronson Reed way better than Jonah.
How
when
the
I think
fuck
of
do you like
Jo-
the name
when I think
Bronson?
of-
That is a terrible name.
When I think of
Okay.
Jonah, I think of the Bible.
Jonah, right? I would say I
But all
fucking
caps,
think of
Jonah
Veggie
went
Tale.
hard for like a big man. But like Bronson, bro. That sounds like a fucking brand of hot links. Like
That's fine. I'd rather have Bronson than Jonah.
if somebody was named Bronson, I'm cooking them till the end of time, and not just because they sound like hot links, just because that's abysmal. I'd rather them just be named Johnson. Johnson Reed would have been better. Fucking Thompson Reed. Anything, please, not fucking Bronson. I hate it. It
Thompson
makes me sick.
is
I'm fighting
Thompson's
for my
not a
life.
first name.
I'm
Thompson's a
fighting
last
for my
name.
fucking life.
It would be Reed
Thompson
Thompson.
Reed is gross.
Yeah.
It's better than fucking Bronson.
No, it's not. Bronson's not a bad
It's
name.
a stupid fucking name.
I don't
Anywho.
want
Anybody listening,
I
name
don't
their kid
ever want to
Bronson.
hear you
Fuck
talk
you.
about something being stupid.
Fuck you if you named your kid Bronson. If you're thinking about
Now
naming
I
your
want to
kid
know what
Bronson,
Bronson
fuck you.
means.
Bronson's
you're
not
named
his real
Bronson,
name, is
fuck
it?
you.
It's a stage name. Like
It's
nobody's here to
stupid.
believe it's his real name.
It's bad.
It's not a bad
Well,
name.
John,
It
you're
sounds
gonna-
like it'd
you're
be a
gonna get
bad guy. in a-
Real
John,
people
you're gonna
can be
get-
named
you're-
Jonah without being embarrassed. Real people can't be named Bronson without being embarrassed.
John, you're gonna get canceled. I just looked up the definition of the name Bronson,
Mhm.
son of the dark skinned one.
Fuck. Shit. In what language?
I don't know. That's what it tells me.
Jesus fucking
It's
Christ.
of English origin. It has multiple meanings. Son of the dark skinned one, son of brown, in
Oh,
bronze.
so British
son.
people came up with this.
Yes.
They can
Well,
fucking
it is
brush their
English.
teeth and shut the fuck up. Yeah, if you're British and you're watching this, fuck you too.
Wow.
Yeah, we got John canceled.
We are now canceling all
We
the
did
UK.
it.
I gotta double
did.
down at this fucking point.
Anyway, for women, Rhea
First two are-
Ripley.
Pretty obvious. Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley, Tony Storm. I think
Yeah.
nobody's contesting that.
No. I would say Steph Delander.
Oh, that's a dub pick. And I love her, and I somehow would not have caught that.
So there's still a good amount of
And then we still got fucking we could go the
Technically
Dakota
not-
Kai route.
technically Naya counts.
Does she?
Yeah.
Where's she from?
Nia Jax was
Yeah.
born in Australia.
That's wild. She's not one of the four best, though. I think Dakota Kai
Yeah, I put Dakota Kai
wait.
over her.
is
Indy Hartwell is technically.
Sean saying, is Tony British or is she Australian?
She is
We're gonna look dumb as
Australian
fuck if we don't. Okay, I was about to say.
or New Zealand. She's from New Zealand.
Okay, Oceanic. Good enough for me.
New
Uh,
Zealand. I like that hat, mate.
That's more offensive
No, it's not.
than me hating the name Bronson.
Bronson Reed apparently is doing something against Braun Strowman. WWE just tweeted it 12 minutes ago.
They just threw people with Braun in their name together.
Braun versus Braun.
Triple H be putting people of the same race
No,
together.
that
Like, you
just
know what?
you know,
Let's get all the motherfuckers named Braun in a faction. Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman, and Bronson Reed.
The Braun.
hey, the Bronze coming to a booking person near
LeBrons.
you. LeBrons.
And they get LeBron to manage them somehow.
I'm doing that in my WWE universe.
LeBron.
Actually, I could do that in Bookitverse, right?
They got to
We
be
gotta
managed though by a Frenchman.
LeBron's.
LeBron.
So who Our
Trey
fourth, we have
Braun.
Dakota Kai,
I'm
Nia
okay
Jax,
with Dakota
option.
Kai.
Any others?
Indy Hartwell,
Indy Hartwell. I think Dakota Kai clears her still.
Delta, but I don't know a lot about her. Tennille Dashwood,
Is she
Maybe
still
like 5 years
active?
ago, but
the,
Dakota Kai still clears.
technically the Iconics, but they haven't really. Besides hanging
They're
out,
not active.
they're not. Yeah, not
They've
really.
got to be active, right?
I think they technically are, but they aren't really doing anything.
Yeah,
We should have had it where they had to be active, signed on a major brand.
I
But
think
I'm okay
Dakota
with
Kai.
Dakota Kai. Yeah, I think Dakota Kai is the pick there.
Yeah, we couldn't top it. Some people might put current day Nia because apparently she got better. I
would not.
am not gonna watch enough to find out. But we are in Japan now, and I was a New Japan fan for 1 week, so I'm the most knowledgeable here.
Yeah.
So we got to go with kind of like our big four kind of guys, though it is present day, so we wouldn't want to put like Tanahashi, for example, because he's pretty washed. I think Okada's still a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yep. Naito.
Naito's kind of in the Tanahashi thing for me, but a lot of people would be offended if I didn't put him, so I'll run it.
Yeah.
Okada's kind of slow for me too, but his character work's making up for it right now. I want to.
Oh, we didn't put Jay White in the Oceanic.
He's better than Bronson Reed, not by a whole lot, but
We can switch it. I'm not mad at it.
Jay White
But-
over Bronson Reed.
The only thing I'm thinking of is match style. Like, I feel like you would get a different match style with having Bronson Reed than with Jay White. But
Yeah, and Kyle Fletcher does like everything
Oh.
about that style better than Jay White in ring. If I'm going to say anything about Jay White, is that going to AEW exposed him.
it definitely didn't help.
Like, because he looked so cool when Club Gold first started, the character work was cooking. We're like, okay, well, I see it with Jay White now. And then that Continental Classic tournament happened, and he had to be separated from Bullet Club Gold, and all that aura just vanished instantly. And he was so fucking lame throughout the whole thing. And I have not enjoyed Jay
Guns
White.
up.
Yeah, everybody else in that faction is better than him.
I'll be honest.
Sean Paul in the comments did give us a couple suggestions for Japan. I really do like the Hiromu Takahashi pick.
I was going
Maybe
to say,
even
I
over
agree.
Naito based on current match quality. I have a personal bias for Shota Umino. I saw his shit with Jack Perry, and it was match of the night on my show of the year. That's my personal bias, but Hiromu is not one that I am opposed to.
But yeah, I think
So Takahashi for sure. I like Ishii or even Minoru Suzuki. He's getting the most airtime of any other than Okada.
but I think
And-
Shingo should definitely get in. Like, he almost won the how's it called? I can't think of what it's called.
The G1.
The G1, yeah.
Shingo's
Is that
pretty
what
nice.
that's what just ended, right? Was the G1 that
Yeah,
Zack Sabre won instead?
I fuck with Shingo. I think this team's a little weak. I think Naito might need to go.
Who do you want to replace him with?
I'm biased towards Umino, but my bias aside, I think it should be Ishii or Minoru Suzuki. They both kind of do a similar thing. Minoru Suzuki's getting more airtime, but they're both getting a lot of
don't-
screen time in AEW.
I don't like either, to be honest.
I like them both
I
better than
don't get the
Naito.
hype.
Naito bores the shit out of me.
Oh, Koda, Ibushi.
Yeah, he's technically active, but also that bro is washed right now.
Or what about Shibata?
I fuck with Shibata pretty heavy. I would put him over Naito right now.
Let's do Shibata instead of Naito. Because he gives us that hard hitting style too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
And he's getting some pretty consistent airtime too. Like AEW has been featuring Japanese talent heavy. I agree pretty hard with the comments, Sean Paul is carrying us, by the way. So if you're enjoying this episode and our picks for this, you can just credit our comments section. I did not see Ibushi's match. He's referencing my Ibushi's washed. I did not see his match against Marufuji. I'm commenting strictly on his recent AEW work, where he looked like he had to get off screen every 2 seconds because he just was the gas, not bloated. He was in shape. He was gassed though. His AEW stuff wasn't good. Very disappointing.
Oh, and if I guess Julie is technically British, so she could have been on the British team.
Oh, do you want to put her over anybody?
I would probably put her over Zaya.
Fair enough. I'd go over Piper, but Zaya's pretty unproven thus far. But the Japanese women suggestions from the comments are really good with Io Sky, Mina Shirakawa. I don't know how to pronounce the third name. Sorry, and Kairi Sane. But
yeah, I'm not mad at any of those. We can go with I'm perfectly fine with rocking all of those.
So I'm definitely on Io and Mina Shirakawa.
So say it out loud for the podcast listeners. Because you can't just reference a comment.
Well, I listed everybody besides Sirui. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know how to pronounce the third name, but it was Io Sky, Mina Shirakawa, Sirui, and Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is kind of in the not in prime camp for me, but if we don't have anybody better off the bat.
I mean, I'd say Asuka, but you hate Asuka, so.
I'd be willing to compromise on that, but like Kairi Sane, also not in prime. Not that Asuka's prime was good, but you know,
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, it was. You're just a hater.
shit was ass.
It was not ass.
I'll put
It
her
was
in, I
good.
guess. Asuka was like, do 3 moves, win match for 2 years.
Welcome
Profit.
to wrestling.
I think she was better than you're giving her credit
She
for.
absolutely was. She did way more than he's saying.
It was
I do think she definitely should have dropped
Oh no,
the title
she was,
to Ember Moon on the way out, but I do still think she was very good.
All right, Puerto Rico.
we got to get
So-
the boy Carlito in there.
I would say Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
Caribbean area.
So I would say Damian Priest.
Damian Priest, no brainer. I'd put Mike Santana in here. He's U.S. born Puerto Rican descent.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
Mike Santana is cooking in TNA if you're not watching that. Like he went to TNA and he gives off like future world champion type like aura. Like he's doing very well. I think he's gonna do well there. I like the Carlito idea. He's past prime, but he's just such a legend for them.
Yeah, I feel that's definitely a legend pick. Like, well, is Amazing Red still active?
I think he's still wrestling in indie here and there. But is he still in
He's only
prime?
he's only 42.
Amazing Red?
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was so young.
I think Bad Bunny. I think we throw Bad Bunny. in
Bad
there.
Bunny in is crazy.
Really?
Bad Bunny is a beast. Like, can we not? We gonna pretend like
We
Bad Bunny
can-
don't put on.
But also
fire
keep in
matches?
mind he's kind of got the Logan Paul thing where like his match is going to be heavily rehearsed with
That's
like
fine.
fucking Shawn Michaels. And
That's
this
fine. He's only really realistically what he's gonna have 7-8 matches, and
but he's gonna have to wrestle more minutes and do way more. I don't think it would go well. I think you'd put like a guy like Serpentico in or like a Carlito who's done this a long time. Because Bad
Okay,
Bunny,
I'm not mad
given
at it.
the reins, is gonna botch moves. He's gonna fuck up. When he's not just going in and letting John Morrison do backflips for him. Like it would do damage to his brand.
But I'm giving Serpentico.
Serpentico. What about Carlito?
We can put Carlito in. He's washed. Not washed. He's old.
Or
but
Amazing Red. Who would you trust more at this day and age? Amazing Red or Carlito?
probably Amazing Red. Or low key. We could put low key in.
Is he still active?
I think so. Technically.
let's not put Loki in.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is low key was at his best when he was pretending to be Japanese when he was Senji.
He was just an
I never said we're not going for best people in the world.
yeah, but I would feel awful putting him.
Senji was such a sick fucking gimmick. He was
Wait, why would you feel awful? He's Puerto Rican.
What? No, because he's an awful person, and
Oh.
I don't want to. Yeah.
All right, Puerto Rican women. We know Zelina Vega is a lock. This might be one of the areas where I think we're a little thin.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of the. Yeah, this one's gonna be one of the tough ones. This is gonna be one of those teams that like is gonna be rough. We're gonna need some help here. Oh, Revy Sky, technically.
That might just be a top 4.
Tasha Steele.
And it's Rebby Hardy. Tasha Steele's, yeah, she's good and works for a major company. There we go. It's actually not as bad as we thought. Evil S, but Evil S is a pretty poor reputation. Because like the whole like injuring Thunder Rosa thing.
Oh right, absolutely not.
We might be that desperate, but
Was she the one who injured her?
Yeah.
yeah, well, like
She-
the
and
one
then
that
she's
like Thunder
talking,
Rosa
like,
had to like
shit
shoot
about
on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She completely like ruined any chance she had right after that.
The list isn't huge for female.
We might just have to give her that redeem team spot.
Nydia.
Nydia's crazy work.
Yeah, she's gonna have to end up getting that redeeming team spot.
Yeah, Evil S is gonna have to have the fucking
The thing is, we
cool
just
running
say,
Jamaican bobsled arc.
yeah. Again, we're just trying. They're trying to win a gold medal.
Yeah,
They're not
and the
trying
fact
to
that we
win.
even got like two others with Rebby Hardy and Tasha Steeles makes it not so bad. I didn't think we had that much to work with. Mexico should be a nice redemption arc for this tournament. So for men,
So I'm gonna say this: I'm not putting Rey Mysterio in this.
he's
He's
old.
American.
Yeah, plus he's old.
He's of Mexican descent. He counts.
Right, but he's built from California.
We're not
Yeah,
being
I
that
know.
specific, or else like Mike Santana wouldn't count.
Well,
in
it's
that
yeah,
case.
it's kind of like
Right,
there's
but he'd be
you
American.
can you just have to be of that descent.
Right,
Like one
but
of the
he's
one
American.
of the French female basketball players. Her mom's French, so she gets to play on the French team, even though she was born in America, raised in America, went to college in America, but she wouldn't make the U.S. basketball team, so she plays for the French basketball team. We fucking had Joel Embiid on Team USA.
Yeah.
He's from
Well, it's like
USA.
Clay
Mongolia.
Thompson's trying to play for the Bahamas team.
That team
And
USA
he
was
might
good.
switch. He was supposed to play for the French, and then turned his
Sean got a
changed
chill
his
in his
mind.
comments putting Alberto in top 4. There's way better talent than fucking Alberto Del
is
Potro.
never
Definitely
gonna
not
make this
making it.
list.
Andrade's been cooking again. If this were 2 years ago, I'd say fuck no to Andrade, but his second run in the Fed has actually been pretty good. I'd agree to that.
And Penta L0.
Penta for sure.
Ray Phoenix for sure.
So we got the Lucha Brothers. And I don't even hate Roosh as a pick. He's been able to hang with like guys like MJF on the big stage.
I'm not mad at Roosh. I would say
Or-
Dominic just for the bit.
I got a
just
better
to-
one.
Just to say Ray's not in it, but Dominic makes it.
What about Elio Del Vikingo?
Ooh, Heat. Yep, Del Vikingo. But I guess Andrade is the monster, like the size in this match, or in this for their team.
All right, for women in Mexico. I think Thunder Rosa is going to be pretty high up there.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa. Yeah. Remember when you hated her?
I'm still not a big fan. She definitely did not need to be holding that title longer than like a month. Stephanie Vaquier.
Yeah.
And we got two others.
I almost said Sexy Star for some reason popped in my head, and I'm like, absolutely
She was
not.
good like 7 years ago before she injured somebody.
Yeah, until she like decided to just be a monster.
We need two more. Chat, help us.
Stephanie, no.
I'm not very much.
Tiffany. I don't know who that is.
You're just pulling Mexican wrestler's name now. While you guys look that up, we're gonna hit our other ad.
Okay.
Stand by.
Are you tired? Tired of those other energy drinks hitting you with a short burst of jittery energy, followed by a crash that leaves you with less energy than you had before? Well, fear not, because Ray's energy drinks are specifically formulated to get you going without making you jittery and keeps you from crashing. With 0 sugars, 0 calories, and better caffeine than a cup of coffee, Ray's energy drinks are the #1 growing energy drink on the market. With flavors like Baja Lime, Sour Gummy Worm, Guava Mango, and Strawberry Colada, Ray's has some of the best tasting energy drinks available. You can get a case of Ray's right now by going to repsports.com and using promo code T1THREE when you check out to take 15% off of your next order. That's promo code T1THREE for 15% off of your next order of better, tastier energy.
Okay, so we got the suggestion of Yulisa Leon from NXT.
Sure. I was gonna say, or Bailey.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, that's a good one.
She's Mexican American. I forget that.
There's also Sexy Star 2, who's pretty good, or Yulisa Leon.
We can go with Yulisa.
All right, we've got American Samoa. I think some of these are going to get pretty obvious.
Roman Reigns.
Wow, I am so surprised. And I assume Jacob Fatu is going to be the second.
Jacob Fatu, obviously.
And I think the third's going to be Jey Uso.
I don't know. Do we want to put Samoa Joe in?
Yes.
Samoa Joe.
He's even old, he's still good. Then we have options like Solo, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso.
We're not putting so.
Yeah, it's Jey Uso.
Yeah, it's probably because like I don't know, like I haven't watched enough of like Zilla, Fatu, and Journey in them to include them.
Yeah.
Or do we want to put The Rock?
Who do you trust today more, Jey Uso or The Rock?
The Rock.
In ring? So in ring, I would say Jay's better. Well, I
The
can't
Rock's
even
gonna
say
put on a better show.
I can't even say that necessarily because Jay's entrance goes crazy and the fans go crazy for Jay.
But his solo in ring work's not amazing.
Isn't true?
It's
Sean,
the
did you
bell
say
ring.
Tonga Loa?
Angaloa. He's
You
gonna
gotta be
somehow
fucking with me.
somehow win the gold medal. Angaloa with the gold medal is hilarious.
Bro wouldn't even know how to hold up a gold medal. He can't even hold up a fucking belt.
You put it. You wouldn't put it around his neck. He'd put it around like his shoulder, his arm.
God, I think Jay's good for the fourth best pick.
Yeah. Jay's a good pick for the last one.
At very least, the crowd will be excited
Yeah.
from the entrance. Oh, you meant
Yeah,
Tama Tonga?
I don't think Jay's as bad in ring as people try and make
He's
it out
not
to
like
be.
horrible, but his match with Jimmy was atrocious.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that match too, and that match is not good. They relied on the super kick too much.
Yeah, which it was a little exposing, not gonna lie. For women's talent, does Nia Jax count here too?
Yeah, she's they're Samoan descent.
So Nia Jax. Do we have three others?
I'm sure.
I don't know if
there
they're-
are,
I don't know if
Okay.
there's three other female. Is the only thing. They may not get a female
but they
team.
might not have female.
Yeah, it's
Wrestling
looking like they
Wikis
don't
not
get a
very
female
good.
team.
Hold
What
up.
about the Rock's daughter?
Oh yeah, she's gonna have to make it. Tamina's gonna have to make it
Eva
too.
Rain,
And
Tamina,
Tamina.
Tamina,
makes
Eva Rain.
sense.
I think Tamina's technically retired, but
And we could put Naomi.
it's true. She is married
do
to
Naomi.
Samoan.
If we get desperate, we'll do Naomi. I'm gonna try to find an actual one.
We're desperate. Put Naomi.
We're not yet. We
We're
might
not.
get one more. Okay, we're desperate.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Say
there's. I will say that some of these countries, the females are the women's categories are weaker.
All right, and now our final one, Canada. And
Why did-
God, I wish Petey
Oh,
Williams was still young.
Why did you skip a whole?
Because America Samoa takes
So
up two
move the-
cells. You fuck.
Move the cell over.
Why didn't you wrap it?
I don't fucking
Rat
know how to do
text.
that.
Anyways, Canada, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens.
I don't.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
absolutely. They would put on such a great match. You would think they're dead.
Let's look-
I
Kenny
stand by
Omega.
it. Those
Ooh.
are two I'm not backing down on.
I think Owens
Christian
maybe, but
Cage
Zayn's ring work
definitely.
has kind of dropped off some with injuries. I do like Owens as an automatic, and I do like Omega as an automatic. Cage and Zayn would need to be discussed due to age and injuries.
Yeah,
It could
the
be Zayn's
Cage
last
is
match.
Cage is definitely because there's no promo work. I probably wouldn't put Cage.
Like Christian Cage can work a great match, but do you want to rely on somebody as old as him with the injuries he has? If you with Canada where you don't have to? Like if we're talking about like Samoa or like, you know, Puerto Rico where there's a little thinner talent pool, sure, but you don't have to rely on somebody old with Canada.
Jinder Mahal.
No.
The
Just
Maharaja, you mean?
Uh,
Don't call him his Fed name.
True.
He's free now.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh. Right.
Suddenly Sami Zayn's looking appealing.
I'm down. Sami Zayn makes the most sense to me.
He's just not what he was 10 years ago.
He still could go, and I still think he'd be able to put on a great show.
I'm not mad. I can live with Sammy.
Especially as long as you pair him up with Kevin Owens somehow.
I'll concede it, but I'm a
which
little
I
less
assume
confident in
one
Canada.
Of,
If this was
I assume
2014 Sami Zayn,
we're gonna
he's
have
a
to come
dub.
up with like events and like divisions of some sort
So,
to put these
it-
matches in.
Sean said Adam Copeland, but if we were going to go the old injury route, Christian Cage would be better than Adam Copeland.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I did not like Adam Copeland. Edge over Adam Copeland every day.
No, I'm fucking with Adam Copeland. We putting some
No,
respect on his
Edge,
name.
Edge over Adam.
He's putting on bangers.
And then jumping and breaking his own leg.
Okay, to be fair, I get that spot going wrong, and I don't think that should define his
Mhm.
AEW run. Like, I think he realized that.
He
like, the
realized
spot-
midair. that
No,
this
he
was
realized when he got up there, like, oh
Are
fuck,
there
this
n-
spot's actually really dangerous.
Are
like,
there no
because
hearts
of, like,
available?
The barbed wire, like to the chest from a jump, you know, like that was gonna stab him.
Further, I mean, they would be in the female realistically.
There's no
Right.
men.
Hart,
There's
Teddy
not
Hart,
one
I
of-
guess.
Teddy
Hart-
Hart is
Teddy
crazy.
Hart.
I don't know if he
No.
can cross a border.
Yeah, no. There's not enough. That's
Like we
Teddy
barely
Hart
get
can't
Jake-
even leave his state, probably.
we barely province. We barely get into past.
Oh, I
Jake, we
forgot.
probably get
He's
we
Canadian
barely getting Jacob Fatu past the border.
it's
I
wild
don't
that
know if we're getting
it's wild that like the
None
Von
of the
Erichs
Harts
and
really-
the Hearts are both like imploded.
the Von Erichs. Didn't they? Aren't there?
There's some
In
younger
Ring of
Von
Honor?
Erichs in Ring of Honor
Yeah,
right now
but-
that are
Yeah.
cooking.
But we're talking about Ring of Honor, which is now the redheaded stepchild of AEW.
Yeah, but
They don't.
They-
know, he doesn't.
they did
Tony
some
Khan
good stuff.
doesn't know what he's doing.
they're there.
Oh, Tyler. Right? Does Tyler Breeze count as active?
Is
He
he
wrestles
active?
indies.
Then no,
He's
he's not signed to a
Canadian.
major. He's not signed.
I
to a
don't
major
know
label.
how good Tyler Breeze still is though,
True.
because
I miss
it's
Tyler
not been
Breeze.
televised. He
20,
hasn't been in a
20
televised match in 4 years.
2015, 2016 NXT. It can't be touched. It still is the best NXT.
It was so fucking goated. So, do we settle on Christian Cage, Tyler Breeze,
Yeah, you might as well
Adam
just put
Copeland?
Christian Cage in there. I don't
I
see
think
why
Christian
not.
Cage can sneak out a banger, honestly.
Oh, what
Yeah.
Chris Jericho?
No.
I'm trusting
Jericho
Christian
is
Cage
watch.
over Chris
I would
Jericho.
go Chris Jericho over Christian.
You
Cage.
definitely have not watched wrestling the last.
No, you're
3
right. I
years.
haven't.
He is
Okay, Mike,
washed.
here's the thing about Jericho today.
Pre 2020.
One in every 3 gimmicks is good, and one in every 12 matches is good with Jericho. He is very unreliable. Christian Cage actually
Is-
does have good matches, but he doesn't work a whole lot because he's character driven right now. But Christian Cage, keep in mind when he was a babyface, he had fucking 2 amazing matches with Kenny Omega back to back.
Oh, take out Christian Cage.
For who?
Josh Alexander.
Yeah, Josh Alexander's got more to give right now.
Yeah. We almost fucked that up.
I mean, Christian Cage wouldn't have been a bad pick. He's just
No.
2021 Christian Cage would have done better than 24. And those years count extra for him right now. For Canadian women,
Yeah, Chelsea Green.
I do like Natalia feels like a courtesy pick,
Yeah,
but
no,
it
you
may
gotta
have
put
to happen.
Natalia in there. No, you have to. You got to put Natalia in there.
Chelsea Green.
And yeah, it is a courtesy pick, but we're talking about Canada, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but that might lose them some rounds.
Well,
I do think
it's
Taya Valkyrie is an
Canada, where I'm
underrated
not
in-ring
expecting him
worker.
to win anyways.
Oh, that's a good point. Speedball's Canadian.
Ooh.
Speedball goes
I'm
over
taking
Sami
Speed-
Zayn, in
I'm
my
taking
opinion.
Speedball over Sammy.
I would. Age.
Yeah, I agree. Speedball goes crazy. He loses matches, but his matches goes fine.
Well,
Matches
he's
are fine.
X Division
Set
champ
in
now. He started
Canada,
winning
right.
finally.
Setting Canada up for loss.
Nah, but on match
Set
quality,
Canada up
Sami
for
Zayn
loss.
is
Because we don't
Match
even know
quality
what we don't
Speedball
even know what the
smokes Sami
competitions
Zayn.
are going to be yet.
Speedball can't promo, but he smokes Sami Zayn in the ring.
right
we-
now.
Speedball
Yeah,
competes with prime Sami Zayn in the ring, let alone old Sami Zayn.
I think part of Olympics would be a promo battle. No, think about it. What are the competitions should have been a promo
God,
battle?
Ricochet versus Speedball promos would be like zeros,
You
but the
don't do-
match would be like $10.
You just pick one of them.
One
not even the wrestler,
representative.
You just do a promo battle. And
I
we'll
think
talk about
real
it.
quick. Look, I actually want to do that. I want to see who we would pick for the promos for each country.
MJF and Will Ospreay
I
are
mean,
just fucking cooking
MJF.
everybody. Okada could do okay with like some comedy shit.
I might put Drew over Will. I'm probably putting Drew over Will Ospreay for the promo.
Yes, I think right now, yes.
Yeah, Damian
Grayson-
Priest could do it. For
Grayson
Mexico, it'd be a
Waller.
little tough, but Penta's English is getting pretty decent.
You could do it in Spanish.
Yeah, you could do it.
He
They could do it
doesn't
in
have
Spanish.
to do
that's
it in
true.
English.
Doing some subtitles.
Yeah, exactly.
Roman Reigns.
Roman
definitely
Reigns just
first
monologue for 10 years.
place.
That
So
and
there's
that would be
also-
for his match, not his promo.
Canada.
Wait,
Owens.
some
Canadian
obviously,
women.
Kevin,
1000%
Kevin Owens. For a second in there, this is rough for Canada promo wise, and then I remember Kevin Owens.
There's 1000% Kevin Owens.
Josh
You do a
Alexander
Kevin
can
Owens show.
promo. If
Yeah,
it
Josh
weren't
can
for Kevin
promo
Owens.
too. Yeah. But
I
for
think
the
Taya
women,
Valkyrie
so-
might go in based off like just ring work alone.
Yeah, I think Taya.
Never mind, she
Valkyrie-
carried Jade Cargill to like a show-saving match, like
Yeah, Taya Valkyrie. I'd put her in there.
because there was. I remember we were watching this AEW pay-per-view. It was like Double or Nothing a couple years back. I don't
Is
know, it's spelled
Rosemary?
very
Oh
well.
yeah, Rosemary is Canadian.
And that pay-per-view was assing it up until about Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie, and Taya Valkyrie carried her to an actual banger. And then we need one more.
I'm not mad at Ariana Grace. No, great gimmick though. Yeah, I think Rosemary.
All right. So here we have our Olympic rosters. Next go around, next week. I don't know why I said go round.
Go around.
We will have events and we will have matchups and we will see who the winning country is. So to recap for our audio listeners, the USA men's team is MJF, Chad Gable, Ricochet, Braun Breaker. The women's team being Bianca Belair, Britt Baker, Tiff Stratton, Jordan Grace. For the British, it is Will Ospreay, Drew McIntyre, Zack Sabre Jr., Pete Dunne for the men, Julia, Jamie Hayter, Alba Fire, and Piper Niven for the women. Both
They're
said
gonna be-
females, sounded sexist.
They're gonna be-
Oceania is Grayson Waller, not Wallers.
What were
Buddy
you gonna say,
Matthews,
Mike?
the-
Kyle Fletcher,
you-
Bronson Reed for the men, Rhea Ripley, Tony Storm, Steph DeLandre, Dakota Kai for the women. And then for Japan, it is Okada, Shibata, Takahashi, and Shingo for the men, Io Sky, Mina Shirakawa, Kairi Sane, and Asuka for the women. For Puerto Rico, it is Damian Priest, Mike Santana, Serpentico, Amazing Red for the men, Zelina Vega, Rebby Hardy, Tasha Steeles, and Evil S for the women.
Stop right.
For Mexico, it is Andrade, Penta, Ray Phoenix,
Thank you.
Fenix, Eliel Del Vikingo for the men, Thunder Rosa, Stephanie Vaquer, Bailey, and Yulissa Leon for the women. For American Samoa, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Samoa Joe, Jey Uso for the men, Nia Jax, Tamina, Ava Rain, Naomi for the women. And for Canada, it is Kenny Omega, Kevin Owens, Speedball, and Josh Alexander for the men, with Chelsea Green, Natalia, Taya Valkyrie, and Rosemary for the women. So next week, we'll have events planned out for these talents to compete. Now, to wrap up Book It for this week, D-Money, where can they find your ass?
They can find me on all the social medias at Dumbmoney T13. So that's DAMONEY T13 on all the shits and the giggles.
And Hi-Fi Mike, can they find you anywhere yet?
No, you can't find me anywhere. Fuck you.
He doesn't exist. He's a
I don't-
figment of our
nowhere-
imagination.
Yeah, he keeps returning because we keep making him up.
I'm on the internet. I don't do Instagram for public, and my Facebook is not for everybody. So, fuck off.
Fair enough.
Leave me alone.
If you want to find me anywhere, it's the Reach for the Ropes Wrestling Discussions Facebook group. That's the birthplace of all this, and you can catch the Reach for the Ropes Universe Twitch stream 2K thingy that D Money and Travi T do commentary for intermittently. That's pretty sick. But also, great place to talk wrestling with not only with us, but with people in the comments like Sean, who contributes great stuff, and the others. So, with that said, that's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.